Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you some ways I am enjoying my maternity leave. Currently, I'm on maternity leave for 4 months. I get 16 weeks of paid maternity leave through my job. I know I'm very fortunate, but during this time, it's been an uphill battle, honestly. There are some times where I do feel really lonely and isolated, and there are other times where I feel like, man, I got this, I can do this, right? Like, I can envision myself being a stay-at-home mom, but I know I'm speaking too soon because Liam is only a month old. So the first way for you to enjoy your maternity leave is to manage your expectations. Before I went on maternity leave, I did watch a lot of YouTube videos. I did speak to other friends and family who were on maternity leave at one point, and they told me what a day-to-day would look like when you bring home a newborn. It's basically they eat, sleep, and poop, and you struggle to do those things. Maternity leave is not a vacation. It's anything but a vacation because you are expected to establish a pattern. You're expected to firstly heal, right? Your body has done something for 10 months, for 9 months, and the other whatever. So it's almost a year your body was carrying a human being. Now it has to go back to what it was. Also, you're expected to learn to take care of your baby. Like, this is it has been entirely all new information for me, and I was like stressed out, and there was a point where I didn't want to ask anybody for help, but I had to sit down with myself and realize that, girl, you're 25, you know nothing about raising any kids, you better ask these old folk for help. Like, who did I think I was? After the first week of being on maternity leave, I realized that I was going to need so much more help than I anticipated. So I got my husband involved, I got my aunts involved, I got my friends involved. Like, whoever I spoke with, I told them, like, I need help. I need you to bring over a dish. Most people did bring food. Oh, Baba. Most people did bring food, or when they came over, they took my laundry and they brought upstairs and they washed it. They washed dishes. They made sure that, like, Brody had a warm meal, because I did buy a lot of frozen foods. I did buy a lot of frozen foods before I went into the hospital. However, they weren't good. It's nothing like a home-cooked meal for me and hubby, right? So I just had to ask help of people. So when you do feel like you have things settled at home, like you have some type of routine set up after like the first 6 weeks or so, I would say get out and explore your neighborhood. I didn't really do much exploring of this neighborhood before I gave birth. I just went to the supermarket, came back, to the train station, came back, like, did what I had to do. But little did I know that there are some really great perks to living in this neighborhood. I mean, I did grow up in the neighborhood, but there were like things that kind of like died out, like the community center that I grew up at, things like that. But I've never explored this neighborhood as an adult. So I've been taking advantage of the resources that are here. So my neighborhood, there's a farmer's market every week. There's a library, a local community college campus. Like, I just go around and take walks. I speak with people. You know, pushing a stroller, most people come up to you anyway. So I go around and I just take a walk, explore my neighborhood. So the next thing that I recommend that you do is to try to make some mommy friends. I mean, it might sound like a challenge for many people. However, it's really easy. Some of the ways that I've connected with mothers have been over Facebook groups, have been at doctor's appointments, or even meetup.com is another great tool to have, or just striking up conversation when you see another mother with an infant. Another tip that I have during your maternity leave would be to take up a hobby. Make it be something that you've always wanted to do, but you never had the time to because you work. For me, that was taking French class, or even starting this YouTube channel. I wanted to do it, but I just didn't know what I wanted to do it about, and I felt like I didn't have the time or confidence, truly, to record. So during this time, I feel like I have some availability to record, and I have like this new experience that I want to document. So my greatest tip for enjoying your maternity leave is to spend time with your baby and enjoy the time that you have with your baby. Once you get back to work, I feel like from what I've heard is that you might be very anxious to get back home to make sure that they're fine. Take as many pictures as you can, spend so much time, because Liam has changed so much every single day. And I know that sounds so cliche, but and a lot of people have told me that before I went on maternity leave, but it's true. I feel like some days he looks like me, some days he looks like his father, some days he looks like a cousin. He does different things. He opens his hands. He'll kick. Sometimes he'll scream when he speaks. Sometimes he'll just coo. Things like that. You definitely want to start to make memories with your little one. Maybe even have some inside jokes. I mean, I dance for Liam all the time. Hopefully he remembers it. I feel like that's something that I would do with him. So definitely enjoy your little one while you have them all to yourself. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have anything that you'd like to share, put it down in the comments below. If you like the tips that I shared with you today, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this post with your friends and family. Anyone that you know who's going on maternity leave within some time, this might help them or might spark some ideas of their own. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.